Nick Baldwin for BloodyElbow.com here with a UFC welterweight fighter who is set to take on Thiago Alves in just a month or so, January 14th in St. Louis, Missouri at UFC Fight Night. It is, of course, Zak Cummings. You're here to corner Julian Marquez, and you're, of course, helping out your teammates down in Glory. Tim Elliott, James Krause is here as well. What's the Winnipeg like? Is this your first time here?
Yeah, first time here. I was in Ontario a few years ago and stuff, but first time in Winnipeg. It's cold, really cold, but yeah, everybody's friendly. It's pretty cool so far. So yeah, but Tim, Julian, Krause is here. So it's even though I'm in fight camp, it's nice to have all those guys around and basically not really skip anything. We're getting the workouts in we need and here excited for these guys to do work.
For sure. I would assume you haven't seen much of Winnipeg, but let's be honest, there isn't a ton to see.
Yeah, I mean, so far it's kind of cool having a little skywalk going everywhere, and I don't have to go outside. But I mean, so far it's nice. Buildings are nice. People are friendly, so no complaints.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about Julian Marquez. You'll be in his corner. He's taking on Darren Stewart. This is his debut. Obviously, huge opportunity for him coming off the Contender Series over the summer. How is he looking? I just talked to him a second ago, interviewed him a couple days ago. Weight's coming off. He said, how is he looking?
Julian's looking great, man. He's one of those where he's been with me a long time. I brought him to kind of hang out and stuff when I made my UFC debut. So he's been around it. He's seen a lot. Nothing's really new to him. It's just, now he's the one in the spotlight. But weight cut's going great. It's coming off, pretty easy so far. So that's good, man. I'm excited for him to really get his time to shine. He's a good guy. Man, he's really tough. He's just a good dude, a good person, a great friend. But he's sacrificed a lot to get to where he is, so it's just kind of really special to finally see him go out there and shine.
Right. So you will be cornering Julian. You will not be cornering Tim Elliott. You know Tim quite well from Glory. I know he did his camp in Vegas, and Krause will be in his corner. Is that sort of just why you don't need to be there? Is there any reason you're just cornering Julian and not Tim?
I mean, I think Tim had his 3 set already, and I think he lost one. But it's one of those where James is there. He's got Flawless from Extreme Couture, and I mean, yeah, I've cornered multiple of Tim's fights and stuff, so I'm always around. I'm always there to help him. It doesn't really matter if I'm in the corner or not. We can work out in the workout room. I can go over stuff with him. He'll listen. He's a great student of the game as well. Always wanting to learn. I just wasn't in the top 3 this fight, but it's not a big deal. I mean, he's splitting time. I think he's trying to split his time, but get a house out in Vegas. So he'll come back to Kansas City with Glory. But man, he's always one of those exciting guys to watch. I mean, he goes out to perform for the fans, and that's it. He doesn't give 2 shits if he wins or loses. I mean, I think he wants to win, so he still have a job, but man, he just goes out and throws down with everything he has. He's just so fun to watch. So it's just cool to be a part of that.
Now, Tim told me he was, as you said, working at Las Vegas at the UFC PI for this camp. James has been doing his camps in Colorado. Are you sticking at Glory MMA and Fitness down in Kansas City for your full camp? Are you also going out somewhere for the last little bit of your camp? Yeah. How does that work?
So I also go out to Denver, where James goes at Factory X Muay Thai with Mark Montoya. So we have 2 Glory gyms in Kansas City. I own one of them, so I do a lot of my camp there. I already went out to Denver for a little bit. Just kind of started the camp out. I'll finish my camp out there as well. So just one of those. I mean, we've got a lot of good guys in Kansas City. It's just nice to put my coaching role to the side, be an athlete, just kind of put my just everything else in another coach's hands. And Mark Montoya is a great coach, an awesome general. So I've kind of joined James and kind of picked him to take that role for us. So I kind of go at the beginning, going to finish my camp there with him, and then he'll be in my corner when it's game night.
And of course, this fight against Alves is in St. Louis. I don't know. I'm Canadian. I'm from here, so my U.S. geography could use some work. But I would imagine St. Louis and Kansas City real close together.
Yeah, it's about a 3-hour drive, so it's the exact opposite. The Kansas City's on the west side, St. Louis on the east side of Missouri. I actually used to live in St. Louis for a couple years. That's where I wrestled at. So I'm going to have a big following there. My hometown is Springfield, 3 hours from both those places. So I got people from there, KC, and my St. Louis crowd. So I feel like the UFC sent me all over the world to fight. So it's kind of cool that my last fight was in Kansas City. The next one, they gave me St. Louis, and so I'm right there in my home state. So it's a great opponent, huge fight for me, all around my local fans. So, man, I'm really pumped for it.
Well, you sort of led me to my next question. Is Thiago Alves the biggest fight of your career?
I think he's the biggest name. I don't know if he's. I mean, I'm sure he's probably the best, one of the toughest guys that I've fought. You know, I've fought some really big names and stuff, and some really talented guys in all the weight classes. So he's definitely one of them. I think he's the most well known, probably. You know, he fought GSP for a title. He's had I don't know how many fights in the UFC. You know, he has a long career in the UFC. So he'll have a great name under my belt. But man, whenever I see us matched up, I see me as the better guy. I see me as the more well-rounded, better fighter, the bigger guy, the longer guy. I just don't see where he beats me. I really don't.
I feel like over the past 2 or 3 years, your striking has improved drastically. Yeah. Is that key in this fight?
Oh, for sure. I mean, he's a phenomenal striker. He's a great Muay Thai guy. And if you can't strike with him to even respect takedowns or anything like that, you're in for a long night. So I think I've got the reach. I'm the bigger guy, the longer fighter. So I think my range striking is gonna be really good for this fight. And also the clinch. I'm the bigger, stronger guy. I've got the wrestling, the takedowns. Also have some powerful strikes from the clinch. So I think my striking is a huge key in this. I always have, my jiu-jitsu, my wrestling, my back pocket, but I think I can strike with him as well, absolutely.
So you said James will be cornering you on January 14th, yes?
No. We're on the same card. Yeah, we're like right after each other most likely. So no, I've got Mark Montoya, and I'm bringing Chris Camozzi in as well. He's always been fun working with my striking and stuff, and so they're gonna be in my corner for this fight. But me and James will be back in the locker room getting ready together. We're doing our whole training camp together. We're hoping to peak at the same time. So, obviously we feed off of each other for this whole fight camp, just like we did in Chicago, and we both walked away with 2 fast wins. So I'm excited for it, but now he won't be in the corner, being the outside eye this time. So
because I know some teammates have done that in the past. You'll see. I know if Sergio and Anthony Pettis have been on the same card at times. Other brothers, I've seen, one guy who fought earlier. Oh, there you go again. He's in the corner, but not the case for you. Would that be too difficult?
I think so. I think it'll be a little difficult. I think we'll just be too close in the card. We thought about it. We debated it. We thought if I was pretty high on the main card and he was lower, then we might. But they can always switch up the order right now. You never know. But right now, I'm like right after him. So just think it'd be too much of a headache. I want him to focus on his fight and go in there and take care of business. And then, I love having James in my corner, but it's when it comes down to it, it's me fighting. So I think we'll be fine. And I'm 100% confident with Mark being in there. So he's, like I say, he's a great general, great leader, and I think he's got everything that I'll need in my corner.
Sure. Is there any reason you haven't fought since April? It's been a bit of a layoff.
So I fought in April, and I begged to get back to a fight immediately. I asked. It's funny because I wanted, what was it? I think Ellenberger was ranked 15 at the time, so he fought the week after me, fought Mike Perry. So I'm like, okay, I want that ranked spot. And I'm thinking, okay, I want the winner of that fight. I thought it was going to be Ellenberger. Perry went out and had a nasty knockout. Immediately messaged Sean Shelby, said, hey, me and Mike Perry, I think that's a firework fight. I think both of us hit hard, good chins. I think it's just I think it'd be a fight for the fans, man. And he was like, oh, I'll think about it. We'll see. And I didn't hear anything. So I was like, hey, can I get something? How about this? How about this? I was begging for fights. And I just had a baby. She is 8 weeks old.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, so it was one of those where I told them, hey, if we get closer to that October time, I'm not going to fight. I'm going to take time with the family. And they waited till right before then and offered me a short notice fight. I was like, it's not worth it. I can't do it.
Would they offer you? Who? Do you know?
Who was it? I don't remember. It was man, what's the guy's name?
The tip of your tongue.
Right, yeah, it's right there.
You can come back and maybe think about it.
Brazilian guy, I don't know. He knocked out Mike Perry. No, not Mike Perry. Sorry, Pyle. Anyways, some guy offered to me, and it was just too close, bad timing. So I said, hey, early next year, I think I'm good. They actually offered me a fight tonight. I think he was running out of welterweights with.
Not tonight, but this weekend.
Well, sorry, that's what I meant. This weekend, right? So this weekend they offered me, what was it? Sheldon Westcott. I think they were just trying to find a welterweight, and then they ended up giving it to Danny Roberts and stuff. So, and then he ended up getting hurt and pulled off the card. But it was short notice. I think he just asked if I could do it. I was like, no, way too soon. Early next year. And he's like, how about St. Louis, Thiago Alves? January 14th, and I was like, perfect, let's do this. Like, done deal, man. I was so excited. It couldn't have worked out better.
Earlier this year, rumor had it you were in the works to be on TUF 25. Did you just all of a sudden change your mind and say, no, you went to the tryouts, right? At least James was there, of course. You were, even if you weren't trying out, did you try out for TUF?
So, yeah, they hit me up, and it was supposed to be an all-star season, so they wanted people who was on The Ultimate Fighter in the UFC. And I was like, man, sign me up. This is awesome. Let's do it. I kind of, I don't know, like just had something to prove, I guess, So I thought it was a great idea. And, I was in Belfast when I heard about it. So I was, weight was close and everything. And so I went there, went for the tryout, did all the medicals. There wasn't really a tryout, just went to all the medicals. There was a certain group of guys. I saw everybody there. Obviously, James was in it. I think we both had a good shot at making it. One, didn't really want to fight one of my best friends and teammates and business partner. And just, if it happened, it's business, whatever, I would have done it. But had that. Realized it was I was on if I wanted to and stuff, and just really kind of thinking about everything. I was the only welterweight that was under contract. I'm a big welterweight, man, making 170 3 or 4 times in a row. I don't know what it done to my body. I don't know if it was possible. So I started thinking about it a little more realistically, and I ended up bowing out, taking my name out of it and stuff. So and then just went full bore, back in James basically for it, and I got brought out a couple times to be a guest coach by Dillashaw and stuff, and got to kind of be around a little bit, which is pretty cool. But just ultimately, it just talked to my nutritionist, talked to Mark, my wife, my family, and it just kind of just seemed like the right move at the time. So I just went ahead and pulled my name out of it. And
it was a risk, let's be honest, for James. James to go in there as a UFC fighter.
Yeah.
I know even if he lost in the opening round, they wouldn't have cut him because it's an exhibition match.
And
but
he's going up a weight class and everything, So he had that going for him, I don't know if the risk is worth the reward for me and stuff. Everything, man, I'm a 2-fight win streak, finishing guys. Things are looking good. I don't really know if it was worth it. Winning it would have been some good quick money, which would have been nice. But that's really all I think it would have been. Maybe a little more build my name up in my brand for me, which has been kind of cool because that's one thing I probably struggle with. I just need to get my name out more, and obviously winning fights and finishing people and doing it enough. So I don't know. So I think it would have helped with that, but man, I think this fight will do just everything that whole show would have done. So I'm okay with it.
As you said earlier, Thiago Alves, probably the biggest name you've fought. He's fought for the welterweight title. He's been at the top of the division at times. Not looking past him, but get the job done on January 14th. Do you want a top 15 guy next?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. That's, the goal is to be world champion. I've been getting a couple of those wins in a row. Just stupid little things been happening. Just haven't got that third or, that little win streak going. So, man, I've trained with the world champion. I know I'm right there. It's competitive. So I know I can compete with anybody in the world. No one's gonna blow me out of the water. It's just not there. So, man, I know I can compete beating these guys, any given night. So, why not? Basically, I'm not in this just to be a gatekeeper and stuff like that, man. So, if I can get this and get this win, I would like someone in top 15, top 10, and just get past them and just keep moving up. So. That's the game plan. That's the goal. We'll just see if they give it to me.
You mentioned Chris Camozzi will be in your corner on January 14th. What do you make of him going over to the GLORY Kickboxing? Good move, change it up a little bit. You got to support him, but was it a good move, do you think?
Yeah, I think for him, it kind of re-sparked his passion. So I was really excited for him. It was kind of cool seeing him training for it, getting ready for that fight. Went out, man, put on a phenomenal performance. Man, just looked great out there. And, he's not straight moving over to kickboxing. He's staying in MMA as well. But I think it really did re-spark that passion of everything, the training and everything. So I'm kind of excited for him in the future, man. He's an awesome dude and a talented fighter. It's just, sometimes he gets, had a little bad road there, the last few fights and stuff. But I think that could change it, and see how it goes for him. But I think it was a good move for him. For sure.
Alrighty, well, we need 3 predictions. Of course, your fight against Thiago Alves, January 14th in St. Louis, Missouri, UFC Fight Night 124. Got Tim Elliott, of course, from Glory MMA and Fitness. He's taking on Pietro Menga this weekend in Winnipeg, UFC on Fox 26. And, of course, Julian Marquez on the same card. All 3 of you, how did Julian and Tim all get the job done?
Man, well, I'm starting off with Julian first. Man, I think Julian, I don't know. I think he's got multiple different ways to win. It's hard to pick one, but I could see a big finish. He's got tons of power. I could see a big knockout finish, or I could see him hitting him, stopping takedown, putting him on his back, and submitting him as well. So I see some type of finish, and I see something, first, second round. I don't see it going too far. Tim, man, is an animal. He's crazy. He's got a very good jiu-jitsu guy. I see Tim just beating him up for 3 rounds straight. Might have to fight off some submissions and stuff, but just too much, too fast, too big, too strong. I just think he'll be too game for his opponent, and I see him just going through and pulling another decision win.
And then most importantly,
me and Thiago, man, dude, Thiago's hard to finish. He really is. He's one of those guys that he's a gamer. He's got good cardio. He's tough as shit. He's hard to finish. I think I'm one of those guys that can finish him. I think I can knock him out. I think I can submit him. I've been on this submission tear lately where I'm hurting guys on my feet and then stopping them on with a submission. I think that's going to be the same thing for this fight.
Awesome, Zach. It's a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much. Good luck cornering
Sure.
Julian on Saturday, and good luck to you in St. Louis on January 14th.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.